maybe let me just start off with how important it is that we address sustainability from the start at the education point, and perhaps not even at the tertiary college level, but right from primary school, secondary school, speaking to climate action to our children. I'll come back to your question as to how to get the workforce ready for that. But I do want to sort of speak from the perspective, starting from the education point. Reason being is that I do think that the younger generation are very well informed about what climate change is and how it will impact them. What perhaps they're looking for from us and from governments across the African continent is structured education systems that address this, structured jobs that are coming towards climate action. That being said, from the education perspective, if we start teaching behavioral change, and behavioral change means we have grown up sort of in a generation of where we have been a bit callous with the environment. We turn on lights, we leave them on, turn on taps. We have been unkind to our environment. We trash, we in terms of waste management. If the way of thinking can change right from the point when children are young, in terms of how they behave in environments, how they think about their environment, then we're making a very big change. You mentioned about the jobs in the construction industry and how do we better prepare for lack of a better word, green jobs. I really think it does again come back to the college point. We have a lot of alternative building materials. We also have a lot of alternative building technologies that address climate action in buildings, but these are not going back to the education system. We're still quite traditional about how we teach. So when you'll find, like, if you're trained as an architect, yes, you talk about environment early on in your education, but you don't really talk about the impact of not doing things the right way. So you have a lot of professionals who graduate and then go into the sector doing things the way the society does them, which is not necessarily the best way. And even just to speak to examples, you'll find people building buildings right next to each other without natural ventilation. You ask somebody, why did you build that way? And it's a fellow professional, and their client or them will tell you the next neighbor has built the same way. But just because something is not being done correctly, and it is being done, does not make it the right thing to do. So in terms of looking at how do we at the education level identify opportunities for our youth to be trained, whether it's in renewable energy, whether it's in looking at water efficiency, whether it's even in a certification and measurement and evaluation of these various green elements, whether it's looking at how do we incentivize even people going into some of these fields, looking at local materials and local material technologies. How do we incentivize the African youth to want to invest, whether it's at an entrepreneurial level or whether it's at an employed level, into climate action?